Welcome to the Ingredients for Success podcast. I'm your host, Jackie Rizzo, and today I have the privilege of talking with Tiffany Krumins. Here's a little bit about Tiffany. Tiffany secured a $50,000 investment on the pilot episode of Shark Tank. Tiffany's first invention was inspired by a sweet-natured boy with Down syndrome who struggled to take medication. As his nanny, Tiffany tried her best to soothe his anxiety. With lightning creativity, she cobbled together fabric, sponges, and a plastic medicine dropper and breathed life into her creation by embedding a recordable sound chip from a greeting card. Ava the elephant was born and is now one of Shark Tank's most well-known and beloved inventions. The company was acquired in 2020. Tiffany launched a new venture, Opu Probiotics, in 2022. Opu Probiotics are instant dissolve prebiotic plus probiotic packets that can be taken anywhere without a beverage. Simply pour on your tongue. They are manufactured at an NSF certified factory in Georgia, and their packaging is also made in Georgia. Opu Probiotics' mission is to hire more individuals with disabilities. Tiffany's infectious spirit has attracted the attention of media heavy hitters such as Dr. Oz, Fox Business, Entrepreneur, Forbes, and most recently, The Today Show. She was even touted in the Huffington Post as a modern-day Mary Poppins. Tiffany cruised from nanny to inventor to entrepreneur on a wave of uncanny creativity, cunning business strategies, and substantive causes that tugged at her giving heart. A respected inventor, iHeartRadio host, motivational speaker, successful entrepreneur, and mother of four, Tiffany now leads all of her ventures with a daily intention that business success and personal fulfillment are not mutually exclusive. Wow, Tiffany, it is such a privilege to have you on the show today. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me. That's quite a mouthful, right? I should take you everywhere with me.
Oh, it was, but it's your bio is absolutely amazing. So you appeared on the pilot episode of Shark Tank with your first invention, Ava the elephant, which is an amazing invention, a medicine dispenser for kids. And I love the backstory behind that. And so I'm glad that you included that in your bio. My question for you is what led you to launch a probiotic line after Ava the elephant?
Yeah, they're so different from each other that a lot of people wonder that. And I think in this day and age where there are so many influencers and so many people selling this, that, and the other, when I first meet people and they don't know the heart and the story behind my entrepreneurial journey, they don't understand why I've launched this new company. So I'm really glad to share that part of the story. I went on Shark Tank, as you shared. Shortly after I filmed, I was diagnosed with cancer. The type of cancer I had to ingest radiation. So instead of having beam radiation that a lot of people think of, I actually had to eat the radiation. And it was so strong that I would have to go for 7 days at a time. I'd have to be isolated from anything living. As you can imagine, that wreaked havoc on my digestion. So for the first time in my life, I had all of these digestive issues from this treatment. And I had these treatments for 3 years. And so I started looking into, at the time, I didn't know it was called improving my gut health. You know, now I know so much more about it, but at the time I was just wanted to feel better. And so I started looking into probiotics. I started taking a bunch of different probiotics and I finally landed on one that I liked. There was a specific strain that worked really well for me. And it wasn't that I liked it because I knew much about it, to be honest with you. I just knew that that was the one that was working well for me and improving my gut health. And the name of that strain was Bacillus subtilis. So I found a different powder form, basically, of a probiotic that worked well for me, but it was a chalky powder that I'd have to pour into like a milk or a juice and stir it up and then chug it down and hope that I'd get like all the clumps out of the bottom. So I didn't love the delivery, but I didn't really care because it made me feel better. So I would take that and take that and take that. I actually took that product for probably close to 2 years. And a few years ago, when my first company was acquired, that obviously freed up not only some funding from that acquisition, but a lot of my time. And I realized that I wanted to set out on this mission to learn more about manufacturing probiotics because I did know product development at that point. I'd learned it through my first company. I knew I was capable of it. It was just a matter of could I manufacture a better version? And so that's what we have with Opu Probiotics.
Wow. And so when you started Opu Probiotics, now it's my understanding you started it with your father. Is that correct?
Yes. So my mom was also very passionate about probiotics. because she was battling an autoimmune disease of the liver that she sadly passed of. She was waiting on a transplant, was on a lot of different medications and supplements. And this was one that she really believed in. So my dad was also passionate about probiotics because of what it did for her. And when she passed, he sold the home that they lived in for many years, their farm, and he decided to invest a small portion of that profit into this venture. And so for him, it was kind of a second, it's a second stage of life, because he owned a small business for 35 years with my mom and had to shut that down when she passed. And so when I came to him with this idea and said, I'm thinking about investing in this company and, launching this, he loved it too, loved what I had developed, and decided to become a minority partner and basically do this with me. So we've had a lot of fun because we have the same personality type and we're both very creative. So we sat down, you'll see we have this beautiful shipper that we ship out to our customers. And he and I did that every step of that together. So we sat down and decided what did we want to be in each part. And we just had a lot of fun with it. It's been good.
Yeah, that's incredible, Tiffany. What is your most proud moment with this new brand, Opu Probiotics?
The first thing I'm proud of, obviously, is the quality of our product. If that's not good, nothing else is going to work. So I'm most proud of what we've created. The fact that it's a fantastic product, that it's made here in Georgia, both the probiotic and our packaging. But the biggest thing I think I'm proud of is our initiative to hire individuals with disabilities, because my entrepreneurial journey and my heart is in that community. I knew I always wanted to circle back to being able to hire individuals with disabilities and special needs, but I wasn't able to with my first product. I didn't have the margins with that product to do it. And so when I went to launch this company, I knew that that might be a possibility. And that was something very exciting to me. And we've actually just recently hired our first individual with disabilities. So we're super excited about that.
Well, congratulations. That is so wonderful. What did you learn from your first product that improved the way you do business with Opu Probiotics?
I think the biggest lesson I learned is what I just touched on, which was margins and market. So when I went into launching Ava the Elephant, I was excited. I knew this product would serve so many children who struggled with medication, but I really didn't know much about the business side. And I was naive to think that I could survive as a single SKU product. And so when I even considered launching a new company after that acquisition, I knew it had to have something that was first a very broad market that almost everybody, if not everyone, could take, and everyone 2 and up can take our product. And then I knew it needed to have good margins. And I knew that because I had a product before where I made Ava the Elephant for, $2.50. Say I manufactured it for, this is an example, of course, for $2.50. And then if I sold it to, a retailer for $5, there was not enough money in there to do all of the things you need to do as a business. And there certainly wasn't enough marketing money. So I was very, very fortunate to have Shark Tank for many years. I did multiple updates with them, and that really kept that company afloat, all that exposure. But if I hadn't had that, I never would have survived.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I have some dear friends. They also went on to Shark Tank as well. They are the brand owners of a company called Nerd Wax, and it's a beeswax. Yeah, yes. To keep your glasses on your face. Yes.
Oh, yes. I love them.
Our dear friends, and they had quite an adventure on Shark Tank, but the exposure that they received was just phenomenal. They ended up not taking a deal on purpose.
Yes.
And it actually worked in their favor, which was really incredible because of what Shark Tank can do for certain brands.
It's very powerful.
Yeah. And one thing that I've been excited to see on Shark Tank is that they are now bringing on more functional foods and beverages, and just really pushing health and wellness, nutrition out to the consumer, which I think is incredible because we need that education to be spread out.
Absolutely. Especially on a platform like that, where they can take some really unique new brand and give it that type of exposure. It's just a game changer.
Mm-hmm. It definitely is. So what sets this prebiotic and probiotic apart that you do with Opu Probiotics?
So the first thing I think that sets us apart that most consumers are going to notice is our delivery. The fact that you are able to take this packet, tear off the tip, pour it directly on your tongue and be done with your probiotic for the day is a game changer. Most people will meet them at events. So we just had an event this last Saturday, and they'll come up and we'll say, we have signage all around us that says instant dissolve. We tell them, and we even have signage that says, pour it on your tongue. We have a giant illustration of pouring it on a tongue, and people still want to pour it into a drink because that's all they've ever known. So it's really teaching people, that's what sets us apart. That has been the most difficult part. But once they know and they see that, they're excited. Our flavor sets us apart. We have mint and mocha flavors right now. People are usually one camp or the other. They hate coffee and they love gum, so they love the mint, or they, love coffee and can't stand spearmint. So it's been kind of a right down the middle of the road as far as the split. So that's good. As from an inventory standpoint, I'm excited to see that people equally love them. But that sets us apart, the flavor. And then what really sets us apart too is the fact that our product is made here. So most people don't know that a lot of supplements are made overseas, and they're made in manufacturing processes that we know nothing about. So, and because they're not monitored that well or monitored at all, you don't really know what you're getting. So I'm very proud of the fact that our product is made in an NSF certified factory here in Georgia, that our packaging is made here in Georgia, and that is eco-friendly. Those things also set us apart. So those three major things are what really make us different from the others.
Yes, I love that. And I know that consumers are really seeking out products that are, that's got that traceability component behind it. And that I can definitely see from your company that you can definitely trace it back to all of it down to the very beginning, all through the supply chain down to the beginning. And so I definitely appreciate that about Opu Probiotics. Now, are there any big plans on the horizon for you and this company?
Absolutely. Yes. I'm going to announce one of them today, actually, on LinkedIn. I had a person within a large company reach out to me and say that she had been a subscriber for a few months. She's high level management at a company called Chosen Foods, which is a fantastic food company that does like avocado oils and things like that. And she reached out and said, I love this product so much. I've been on it for 2 months. I want to make it available to all of our employees through our wellness program. And so she and I started, that was such a big compliment to have a company whose products fit in your kitchen reach out to you and say that they love your product is such a compliment. So she and I started working on that a few months ago. It just became live yesterday. So her employees will be ordering basically through her and to me. And I think they've got 150 employees. So for a small business like us, that's very exciting because we could have, a lot of subscriptions at one time, but more importantly, we're going to be, shipping product to a lot of people all over the country. So that's exciting.
That's wonderful. And through word of mouth, that consumer awareness on your product is just going to really gain traction and spread out. So congratulations. That's really exciting for you.
Thank you very much. And we've only done really organic growth up until now. So we haven't done any marketing or any paid marketing. So it's been exciting to see it grow as much as it has. We've doubled or tripled every month that we've been in business.
Yeah, I love that. So in conclusion here, because our time is almost up, how can our listeners best connect with you and also to find your product?
Sure. So if they want to check out Opu Probiotics, they can go to GetOpu or opuprobiotics.com. Either one of those will take them to it. And I also encourage them to connect with me on LinkedIn. That is my favorite social media platform. I do a lot on there and communicate with a lot of people on there. If you just search my name, Tiffany Krumins, I believe I'm the only Tiffany Krumins, oddly enough, but I think the combo of my husband's last name and my first name was pretty good. So I encourage them to connect with me there. I'd love to know more about what they're working on.
Well, Tiffany, thank you so much for coming on the show today. I am just so grateful that we are actually connected on LinkedIn. And one thing that I appreciate about you, and that I just would encourage our listeners to connect with you on LinkedIn, is that you not only share your business success, but you also share just your personal real life and some challenges that come there. But you've always been just a voice of encouragement and inspiration. And I just want to thank you so much for all that you do for us as individuals in the industry, and then also for the consumers, just spreading that awareness for the health just of each individual person. Thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, we will touch base soon, and have a good day, Tiffany.
You too. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.